Hi, everybody, and welcome to your Kentucky Derby Regional Report. I'm Joaquin Jaime in our studios in Los Angeles. We've officially moved into the Kentucky Derby Championship series of races, a 16-race sequence, the first of which was won by Gunrunner in the Risen Star Stakes at the fairgrounds. And as the horses continue on the road to the Kentucky Derby, so do you, the player, if you're playing with us at tvg.com. You can win tickets to the Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks, plus $7,500 in cash if you bet the preps, and you will earn points and climb the leaderboard with $25,000 in cash and prizes on the line. Details, TVG, 4NJBets, and PABets.com. Of course, we have the Fountain of Youth Stakes coming up on Saturday. After that, as we move into March, the Gotham Stakes in New York, the Tampa Bay Derby in Florida, the San Felipe Stakes out here in Southern California. Then after that, it is the Rebel Stakes on March 19th at Oaklawn Park. Let's take a look at the Fountain of Youth Stakes at Gulfstream Park today. That is going to be in Florida. And a field of 6 signed on in the Fountain of Youth Grade 2 event on Saturday. And let's go ahead and bring in Christina Blacker and Paula Duca for a closer look at this. And Christina, only a short field of 6, but half the field is undefeated.
Yeah, absolutely right, Joaquin. So you can never knock an undefeated horse. We talk about that all the time, a lesson that I know you learned from your dad, who will be here playing over the weekend at Gulfstream. But the horse that is the most talked about with regard to those that are undefeated is, of course, Haman.
Yeah, he really is. He was just so impressive, just mentally, the way he handled everything in the Holy Bull, throughout the paddock, throughout the post-parade, throughout the warm-up. The focus that this horse had, to me, showed a lot of maturity for being January 2016.
And then it's Fellowship and Conquest Big E. And now Haman just takes off. Haman absolutely dazzling in the Holy Bull as he remains undefeated. Greenpoint Crusader was second, and then Fellowship and Conquest Big E in a final time of 1 minute 42.
And that backtrack just picked it up from the quarter pole, but he didn't have the most ideal trip into the first turn and all the way down the backstretch either.
You know what he does? You know, he had a little bit of trouble the time before, but his body type and the way he handles things, he just looks like a horse that's going to handle a 20-horse field when it comes to the first Saturday in May. So he's very, very key. But the thing is here, when you're going a mile on the 16th and you have a short field, you talk about Zulu, you talk about Awesome Banner. Mile on the 16th is not stretching out that far. Those are two very fast horses and very talented horses.
Kaiten, you've had a chance to watch Haman all winter as he's been based here. What are your thoughts on Kieran McLaughlin's trainee as he comes into the race tomorrow?
Well, I really think, Christina, he's in the enviable position of just needing to sort of maintain and run the same type of race that he ran last time. Maybe even a lesser race will still be enough to keep him in the picture as long as he wins or runs well. I think Kieran McLaughlin will be very pleased and can continue onward. They've had their game plan marked out all season, and they had an established 2-year-old coming in. I thought what was most notable was that he took a big step forward in his 3-year-old season, ran faster than he had run before, and did it in a more impressive visually fashion. The horses, though, that are stepping up here that are also undefeated are having to answer questions that Haman has already answered. Can they run a distance of ground? Can they run, in the case of Zulu, on a fast track as effectively as he's run on an off track? And I think those are really pretty big questions, which puts everything in favor of Haman. But I will say the fact that Awesome Banner's in this race speaks volumes to how he's doing and how much the stable thinks of him, and he makes this a legitimate race.
Very much so. Kaiten, Haman drawn to the outside, Joaquin. He has the enviable position of just being able to watch what all those horses to his inside do, because the pace is going to be very interesting in the race, and he's in the perfect spot from that outside draw.
Yeah, it certainly does give jockey Junior Alvarado all the options to go ahead and hopefully break well. Take a look to his left down towards the inside, see how the race is going to develop before they go ahead and hit that first turn into the clubhouse turn. All right, from one undefeated horse to another, we just moved one inside slot, and that is to Awesome Banner. And we'll take a backtrack look of Awesome Banner. He is a perfect 3 for 3 in his career, and he's always going to have to answer that distance question. He is by Awesome, of course. We go back to his last race on the 30th of January, and this is the Grade 2 Swale Stakes. He won going 4.5. Then he stretched out and won 6 furlongs. And then in the Swale Stakes, which we're taking a look at right now, he won going 7 furlongs. But one thing I like about this horse is it seems every single time they hit mid-stretch and he starts to widen. He starts to open up, and he wins by 5 lengths here, going 121-4 in the Swale Stakes here as your 4-5 favorite. He's undefeated, as I mentioned. He's a perfect 3 for 3. And Christina, all those 3 races have come right here at Gulfstream Park.
Yeah, and you do get that horse for course angle, I think, here more so than some at other tracks, especially at this time of year. Horses that run well at Gulfstream, they tend to come back and fire over the big track once more. And as you said, a mile and a 16th, not that much further than what we just saw on the backtrack.
Yeah, you know, last time he was ridden like the 4-5 favorite. You're not going to be able to go 108-2 in the Fountain of Youth, going 6 furlongs and be able to keep on going, because Haman is very tactical, and like you said, he gets a great draw. He really does, and he can see what the other horses are doing. But like you saw in the backtrack, this is a real horse, Joaquin, and I don't think the mile and the 16th is going to get to him. I just think, I don't know if he's a good enough horse to maybe have to win the battle with Zulu early and then win the war with Haman late.
Yeah, one of those questions, though, no matter how far he continues to go for Awesome Banner, he's always going to have that distance question, I think, attached to his name, being by Awesome, of course. But as of right now, got to respect him. He's done nothing wrong, and he's undefeated. Here is the current point standings for the 142nd Run for the Roses. The first 50-point race was last week, and that was won by Steve Asmussen's Gun Runner in the Risen Star. So he tops this list with 51. How about another undefeated horse? Oh, yeah, your champion 2-year-old from 2015. He won the San Vicente Stakes that didn't offer any qualifying points because it was a sprint, but he has 30 points on the board right now. So that was a closer look at the current point standings as we continue on towards the Kentucky Derby. This has been your Kentucky Derby Regional Report for the Grade 2 Fountain of Youth on Saturday at Gulfstream Park.